Question set 2. The Board of Directors of Sandun Productions has decided to include all of their company information into a computer software. This software was commissioned by Thilina Gayatra Soft. You are the senior software engineer of this software development company and your team has been assigned to create the database. Create the database needed to store information in this software. Use Sanduna Production DB for the name of the database. So that's the first question. And the second question is create a table called employee to store employee information. Follow the instructions below to create it. They have given me the column names as employee register number, first name of the employee, last name of the employee, gender, contact number, and the data types for all these columns are Vacha. So the length is different. And let's start to create this database. First I have to open my SQL Workbench software and file. After that right click and new module. Then you can add diagram. So first I have to name the database as actions DB. After that I close this tab. And now I'm going to create a table. You can simply in Workbench software you can simply add the table by click the table icon here. Now here's the table. Then I have to edit this. The name is employee. So the first column name is employee register number and the data type here is Vacha because we can put any type of data to Vacha, letters, characters like that. And the second column is first name. So first name the characters are long, so I put the data type as 45 here, and the last name also I put the data type as 45 and Vacha data type. The length is 45, data type is Vacha. For the fourth column, the gender, so the gender is female or male. It must female or male. That because of that I put gender as 10. Gender data type is Vacha and the length is 10. For the contact number in Sri Lanka there must be 10 numbers in a phone number, so I put 10 there. And the primary key is employee register number because in here a register number is not duplicate because it's owned to one person. Because of that here I choose employee register number as primary key when comparing to first name, last name, gender, contact number. Either I can put the contact number because contact numbers are also owned to one person, but the other three columns are not suitable for primary key. So first I select because of that I select employee register number as the primary key, and here I am putting the ticks to not null because if I don't put ticks for this a user can, if they like or not, they can enter a value or not. If they are not enter any value, then the database think that the database automatically put their value as null. So when I put not null, they must enter any value to the any data for this column. So that's why I put null to all the columns, because employee must have a register number, first name, last name, gender, contact number, all those are must things. So now I have created employee table. Now you can see this table have created with that columns, and I'm going to add another table called product table. And my second question is, so I have done my first question and second question. So this is my third question. Create a table named product to store product information. Follow the instructions below to create it. So they have given me product ID, product name, brand. The data type is Vacha for all the three columns, and the length is different. Now I'm going to create this table. And my fourth question is, what are the steps you can take to stop data repeating the product table above? So you can see in this video what are the steps I'm going to take to reduce the data repetition. Here I name this table as product, and I'm going to add the first column, name, product, ID, and the data type is Vacha, and the length is 10, and the product name, the data type is Vacha, and the length is 45. Here is also I'm putting not null to these two columns, because the user must enter values to these two columns. And now I'm going to explain you how I'm going to reduce the repetition of the product table. Now I'm going to you can remember that they given three columns for product table. If I have add brand as the third column, the brand is repeating, because when we access example, we take a chocolate, the product is chocolate, but there are many brands like Candos, Richberry, Revello, Toblerone, like that. The brands are different, but all the product is chocolate. Then if I have put at the column brand, here the brand is repeating again and again. So I thought to put brand in another table. So let's see. Table, I'm going to set the name as brand and the brand ID. And data type is Vacha, and the length is 10. Brand name, the second column is brand name, and the data type is Vacha, length is 45. Here also the primary, I choose brand ID as the primary key, because primary brand ID is not repeating. So if you give ID as ID 1 for Richberry, so in the product table you can see all the Richberry chocolates with brand ID 1, and like that we can give a brand ID for the brands. So I put that as primary key, and I put ticks for not null because user must enter a brand ID and brand name. Then I have created the brand table. Now I'm going to add a relation to these two tables. Like relation means like I'm going to connect these two tables. In here I choose one-to-many relationship because a chocolate can have many brands: Richberry, Candos, Toblerone, Revello. So the most suitable relationship is one-to-many. Now I'm going to add the relationship. So now you can see the brand ID column has automatically added to the product table. That's how I avoid the repetition in the product table. And now I'm going to save this model and forward engineer this. When forward engineering, if there's any errors, you can see there are not any errors. So this is my final output. So you can see the 3 tables here, and this database is for Sandhuram Productions, and I think I have completed all the requirements of their company.